Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, July the 26th. Normally I would be introducing Barbara Buffalo, but she is in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
That's right.
She's in Ann Arbor, Michigan. We got Leland Rehard with us. Good to have you here, Leland.
Good to be here.
Mr. FixIt from the FixIt. That's a good name for you, Mr.
That'd be a good name for our volunteers. I'm just the organizer.
You're here to talk about the FixIt Fair, which is tomorrow, July 27th.
Yes.
Right? Then you get another one on October the 19th.
Yes.
But for some people who are not aware of what this FixIt Fair is, it really is a nice event. Mm-hmm. Tell us about it.
Sure. So the next two will be at Lowe's here in Columbia. So it'll be right up front between customer service and the cashiers. And what this is an opportunity for folks to come in and visit with volunteers who have expertise in repair. They can bring in their stuff that's broken and learn how to fix it. So it's not that someone's going to fix it for you. You're going to sit down with this volunteer, diagnose the problem. They're going to hand you the screwdriver and kind of walk you through figuring out what might be wrong and how it could be fixed.
So are you one of the FixIt experts too?
I can do bikes, and occasionally I dabble in the other stuff, but our volunteers have a lot more experience, and I'm happy to hand them off to them.
So when somebody comes in with something, they're educated on how to fix it. When they walk out, is the item fixed?
Yeah, right now we're running about a 60% success rate with fixing it on the spot. Folks can reach out to us before, and we can help direct them to what parts they may need so they have a greater chance of getting it fixed that day.
Yeah.
Or hopefully they leave knowing, oh, it's worth fixing, it's not worth fixing, here's the parts I need to get. The nice thing about being in Lowe's is a lot of the parts will be right there.
Right. That's really nice. Now, we were looking at some pictures. Mm-hmm. You're right. The guy on the floor with all the tools. Why? What is this?
Yeah, Martin's one of our bike repair volunteers. And
he brings along all his tools that he needs.
These volunteers bring all their tools. We provide a few things to help them out, but in general, they bring their tools, and we provide the space and kind of organize it for them.
What are most of the items that you've ended up repairing?
Lamps. We fix a lot of lamps.
Do you?
Yeah. Thankfully, they're fairly easy to fix. But yeah, a lot of lamps. That's probably the most common item. Kitchen appliances, electronics, toys, bikes. We've had a few textiles. It depends on whether we have a textile volunteer that day.
Well, how would you fix a textile?
Clothes. So learning how to mend clothes, patch them. We've had zippers replaced. So zippers on a purse that have busted or a backpack, something like that.
You know, this is really nice because instead of throwing these items away and going into the landfill and then buying new items that have to be produced using more energy, you're really helping the environment by fixing up and keeping and using what we have.
Yeah, the 3 R's are kind of reduce, reuse, and recycle, but repair fits in there very nicely as well.
Yeah, that could be the 4th R in there.
So our goal is to get people comfortable with the idea. It's already broken. Take it apart. What's the worst that's going to happen? The idea that, to learn more about your stuff, essentially, and how it works.
Right. Now, I've got, and tell me if this can be fixed. Mm-hmm. I've got an old Sunbeam Mixmaster. Okay. Not the old original one, but the one that came out 10, 15 years ago. It has plastic gears on the inside. The old ones used to have the metal gears.
Yeah.
The plastic gears, and they shear if there's too much weight. Can those be replaced?
It would just be a matter of kind of looking up to see if you can find the actual part if it's still manufactured. If it's still manufactured, yeah, absolutely. It's just whether you can find that part.
So you take the motor apart, mm-hmm. and you then just simply replace the gears.
It's worth a shot. I mean, that's another one I would defer to one of our volunteers who has a lot more experience with electronics and appliances.
What's one of the most unusual items that you've had come in?
Yeah, last FixIt Fair, we were actually at the Mid-Missouri Home Show, and someone brought in an Edison phonograph from the 1920s. It's an old record player. It doesn't even use records. It uses a wax cylinder.
Yeah.
We weren't able to fix it that day because spare parts for those are something you can't just go out and get at a hardware store.
So somebody brought in an old Edison phonograph?
Yeah.
What was wrong with it?
I don't exactly remember, but I remember when we did kind of take it apart, we were able to kind of diagnose what the issue was.
That was a wind-up one, right?
Yep.
No electricity.
Just mechanical energy.
And we had one of those many years ago, and it was amplified through, the sound was amplified like through a horn.
Yep. This one had that
and
as well.
And you used, on the cylinder, it used a needle also, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, did it also do the recording? Did that machine do the recording?
I don't remember. It came in at the end of the event, and we were pretty excited to just figure out what was wrong with it.
Yeah, I can imagine you would be.
and then to ask questions about how the gentleman had acquired it. And this is actually his second
Would you say
one.
that was the oldest and the most unusual item that you had come to the FixIt fair?
Yeah, I would say it's the oldest. We've had a lot of unusual ones. Even some of the lamps. We had a lamp that someone had purchased in Thailand in the 1950s and had kept in their home and wanted to fix it. The electrical, the way it was set up was very different than what you'd find in a lamp produced in America, so that was kind of interesting. Old toasters can be really interesting. The wedding gifts, things like that people have had for decades that have worked really well. So there's always something interesting.
It's eye-opening, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
and it's an educational,
and it's fun as well. The volunteers really enjoy, kind of educating folks, and people come in, they're really interested to learn about how their things work, to get their hands dirty, and it's really satisfying if we're able to fix it that day to walk out with something that works.
Are you still looking for people to volunteer to be FixIt
Absolutely.
uppers?
We are always looking for volunteers who have if you have expertise in those areas, you just have a knack for it, you're the person in the family that's always fixing things for folks, or you did it professionally, and we're always looking for more volunteers.
So what do they do if they want to volunteer?
They can just contact me at mmswmd@como.gov.
Wait, go slower.
Sure.
M. Okay. Two M's like the candy. M&M.
Yes.
Okay.
SW.
Okay.
MD. Like a doctor. @como.gov.
Okay.
So we're the Mid-Missouri Solid Waste Management District. A nice long acronym there for everyone.
Okay. All right. So if you want to volunteer, you can contact him or I guess you could just go to the website too.
Yeah, he could just go to our website, which is mmswmd.org. You can also go to the City of Columbia's website on the sustainability page. You can find the event on Facebook. You can reach out to City's volunteer services. We're all in the loop. So whoever you contact will get you to us.
You'll not run out of ways to volunteer if you want to volunteer.
The City of Columbia is always open for volunteers.
But if you go look in your closet, and if you've got something that you were going to throw away, and you don't want to throw it away, but it doesn't work, and you say, it's just sitting, take it and take it down to the FixIt fair.
Yeah.
Maybe they could fix it.
Yep.
Okay, it's July 27th, 1 to 4 p.m. at Lowe's 201 Conley in Columbia. Everybody is invited to attend. About how many people do you think normally come down?
We've been running anywhere from 30 to 50 folks coming through. That's about what we can handle right now.
If you got a line waiting after 4 o'clock, will you still stay?
We do our best.
All right. Thank you so much, Leland, for coming by.
Thank you.
And tell Barbara Buffalo we said hi and that we've now coined you Mr. Fix-It.
All right. Sounds great.
Okay. We're out of time for today. If there's something you'd like to hear or see, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Have yourself a nice weekend and try to stay cool.